For you to know the cause of death, it lies biologically or chemically or scientifically in the autopsy results. Knowing the cause of death of any individual lies in the autopsy result of the individual. A private autopsy has been done since July, and nobody is saying anything about it. Nobody is even questioning the Aloba family about it. Not even the Aloba family, let's be specific. Sanshitu called for it. And he is representing Joseph Aloba. And nobody is saying anything about it. Whether it's a preliminary report, whether it's just the autopsy and the concluding part, which is the toxicology of the autopsy, will be given in a later date. Nobody is even giving us a date, an expiry, no timeline for this. No timeline. We are now being, I see Yomi Fambi as a distraction. That is what I see him to be. And people who don't know the legal system will be wondering what these people are discussing. Of course, at the coroner inquest, any individual is expected or you are given the privilege to question anybody called to the stand, whether you're a lawyer or a private person. I could go to the coroner inquest today, raise up my hand and have a question for anybody called to the stand, whether it's Wumi, whether it's Darisha, whether it's Baba, whether it's anybody called to that stand, every individual. So that is what you call public. You don't need to hire a public lawyer before you ask a question at the coroner inquest. At least there is this guy, was it Moses, who went to the coroner inquest and asked questions. It is there at the CTC that everybody has the privilege to do that. You don't need the services of a lawyer before you could ask a question. At least the likes of Papriano, who treats himself as a very intelligent person, should leave his seat and go and ask those questions that he thinks would nail anybody. The likes of Aries, who thinks that Prime Boy is innocent, should go and ask questions instead of hiring a lawyer. You're only wasting your money, because if you go through the coronary law of Lagos State, you will find out that as members of the public, you're given the privilege to ask questions at the coroner inquest. It is not a courtroom. That is why it is different from a courtroom. That is why it's different from a courtroom. I look at Yomi Fabi and I begin to deduct so many things. Let's say, for instance, Yomi Fabi is given the assistance of the entire public, whether it is Wumi, Tim Wumi, or Tim Baba. They are giving him this go-ahead, like, do whatever investigation. You call yourself a human rights activist turned private investigator. Have your chance. The landlord association or the residents association in Orchid, that estate at Orchard Road is giving you the go-ahead to investigate them. They open their doors for you to investigate. Would you come out to say the truth? That is one issue I'm beginning to look at. If they give you access to the CCTV at the gate, if there is one, I'm not saying there is one, if there is one, they give you the access, you call an IT person, and they play it back to the 10th of September. If you see the Prado Jeeps go in and out, or go out and come back in around 1 a.m., 12 midnight to 1 a.m., and you see a broken glass, would you, a broken window, would you come out and say, yes, it is the truth? Or would you come out to make another narration that they broke the glass before they entered the estate? Would you come out to say the truth? Let us say what you say is entirely true, that the entire residents of that estate are stupid to rent apartments, that CCTV footages are being handled by the security men at the gate. Because it is very stupid for you to rent an apartment that you will not viewed in your own house, you are viewed by strangers. And what if you are a sex maniac? You have sex with your wife at every angle in the house. I've mentioned this thing because Yomi said there are CCTV footages, CCTV cameras at the living room, the staircase, the kitchen, the store, and the room. Do you mean all these places are not private? You call it an estate, not... Estates are private residences. Estates are private residences. Brother Oluwatosin, good afternoon, sir. So let's just imagine that this stupidity you mentioned, that people are failing to see the truth, to separate the foolishness in what you said from the actual truth. Let's just conceive it. Let us, for this argument, say it is true. What if it is true that indeed members of the house don't know that there is a central server? They just saw camera. There is no monitoring room in the house, but at the gate. Let us agree with you that that is the situation. Let us, just for the sake of argument, agree with you. Would you tell us the truth if indeed you now get a hacker to get into the CCTV or an IT person to get into the CCTV, and you scroll back and you notice a nurse got into the house, a nurse, through your own senses of a CCTV camera being in the room, you saw the nurse injecting, you saw them carrying Mohbad passionately, trying to get medication for him in the emergency. Would you come out to say the truth? I'm only saying if this is true, what you said is true. Although to every IT guy and to every realtor, a realtor is somebody who sells land or gets engaged in estate management. Every builder knows what you said is a lie. That an entire estate's CCTV in Lekki is monitored with a central server. Like I said, I'm an IT guy. If that happens, those cameras have what is called IP addresses. They are hackable. Because I could just go to one house and be viewing another person's house just from my own camera. That is the stupidity of what you said. I'm an IT guy. I just analyzed it from you. If I know that I'm in a house that all the CCTV cameras in the entire estate are connected to one server, all I need is that from my own server, from my own CCTV camera, I'll log into it and get a way of jamming the entire... And two, what you are doing to this estate is that you are breaching their security. If this thing you said is true, and I'm wondering why a tenant or a resident in that place would give you such an information. You are the same person that said they just installed one camera 2 weeks ago. You are the same person, or a month ago recently, you're the same one that said it has been there for a year. So how come an IP CCTV was not replaced immediately or was just recently installed? How did they do the line management or the cable management for that new camera, if indeed all the estates are having the same central server? That is another way to see how stupid what you said is. We are not begging you guys not to donate, but you guys should also know something. Sister Omoyaro said something the other time, and I want to expatiate on it. This case, if it gets to the High Court, is a case between the states and whoever the coroner inquests concludes on to be culpable for the act. That is, if it leads to trial. It is states versus Prime Boy. or state versus the nurse. It is not public versus the nurse. This is something you guys don't know. So when you guys are clamoring for a public lawyer, I shouldn't be doing this, but the state already has its own lawyer. So how come you people want to get a lawyer for the state? Oh, please, comment section. Do you want me to go around this?
Dawah, yes, go so that Mr. Dawah, Mr. Lagwaja, yes, please go so that they'll know that they are stupid. Please do.
Okay, good. Now, in the very first page of the CTC, now the first coroner inquest was held on the 29th day of September 2023. So when you said you are getting a public lawyer, one, who is the public lawyer representing? Is the public lawyer representing Prime Boy? If he's representing Prime Boy, that person is not a public lawyer. That is a suspect's lawyer. If the person is defending the nurse, that person is not a public lawyer. If the person is representing the state, that person is a state lawyer. If the person is representing anybody in the public, the person bears the name of the person. It is something as if how Lati was saying it now. It's the person could represent an NGO to come and ask questions at the coroner inquest. The person would only serve as an observer, just like Bankole Smith. I don't know if you guys understand. Bankole Smith can stay there and ask questions. He or she can be representing anybody in the public. Anybody in the public. But when this thing heads to the High Court, it is now a case between the state and the accused. These are things that people don't know. So why? I'm not going to question you. But for the sake of, yes, mommy, you're right. You're right. Now, let's now go to page 3. Abi? Okay. Now they were introducing themselves at the coroner inquest. This was on the 29th day of September 2023. That was the very first inquest. It was on a Friday. Okay, it now starts. It says, Your Honor, my name is Femi Falana. My learned friend here is Mr. Olawale. We are interested party. May it please Your Honor, my name is Festus Ogun, and with me is my learned friend, Abimbola Adesoji, interested party. Please be listening to these legal terms. Interested party. With profound respect to the courts, Kolawole Salami, my learned friends, David Nowola, Akinpelo Ogunbono, Uzoma Okoli, Aduragbemi, Fama Kinwa, and A.G. Jagun from Chief Yomi Aliu, San and Co. We are interested parties for the entertainment industry. My name is Modupe Salako from the Office of the Public Defendants. With me is Mrs. Olabisi K. Oyedotun, interested. Very profound respect to Your Honor. Please, people should listen now. A.A. George, Director from the DPP. With me is O.O. Osibanjo, Chief State Counsel, and O.E. Akinde, Assistant Chief State Counsel. We are here for the states. Respectfully, Your Honor, O.O. Olorun Oroniwo Afuye, my Lord, I, Odunuga, Ministry of Justice, OPD Legal Intern. Your Honor, I, Adedokun, Legal Intern. Your Honor, Wajero Rosemary. You can all see the names of the legal counsels here. Ejo, Ibilitiri public lawyer. All what you hear here are interested party. You are only interested in the proceedings of the coroner inquest. You're not there to act as a representative of the state. Those that are coming from the states are stated their names. A. George, director from the DPP. With me is O.O. Osibanjo, Chief State Counsel, and O.E. Akinde, Assistant Chief State Counsel. We are here for the states. Now, an interesting thing here is this. If this case proceeds to the High Court, and it is a case between the states and Prime Boy, do people know that the services of Sanshitu is not required, except he wants to represent Prime Boy? He is representing Mr. Joseph Aloba presently. He is not the lawyer of Prime Boy. And that is why Prime Boy was furious, because he knew this thing. When Sanshitu came out to make a summary of what happened that day and made 3 deductions. 1, that there was a fight. That there was a fight. He made that deduction. 2, and he asked the question that is it not a normal thing for a husband and wife to have disagreements, to have arguments? I've forgotten the 3rd one. Okay, and that there was a nurse. And the 3rd one is that there was a nurse that came to give Mohbad injections, and he went on and on to say, we need to know how the injections were administered, if they were administered at the right doses or they were administered rightly. He mentioned those words. If this thing heads to the trial, the services of the Sanshitu is not required, because if Prime Boy is held culpable or the nurse is held culpable, what is Sanshitu looking for there?
And in fact, let me say something quickly. Sorry to interject, I'll stop. You see, at this point in time, we don't even know who the defense lawyers are, because Sanshitu is not defending anybody in there, except if Baba says he's culpable too. So he's innocent. Now, we don't even know the defense lawyers, because we don't even know if Prime Boy has gotten anybody ready to defend him yet.
Thank you very much.
Then that is it. Continue.
Yeah. In fact, do we know that even the services of San Falano would not be needed except as an interested party? If it heads to the High Court and the coroner inquest says it's a case between the state versus the nurse, or it's a case between the state versus Prime Boy, or a case between the state versus pending, it doesn't concern San Falano again. He'll only be there as an observer or an interested party. Brother Oluwatosin. I understand. We are talking about High Court, that if it goes to the High Court, that these things are not, that why is Baba needing a son? Because except he sees himself culpable for something, that's just the issue. That is just the issue. So when we see these people, we'll be playing you people to laugh. We'll be playing you people, we'll stream you guys, because you guys are so foolish that one person just came out, and I believe Lati is a very cunning person. He knows what he's saying and he knows what he's doing. Did it not come out that he signed a 70-30 with Baba? What stops him from signing a 70-30 with Yomi Fabi? That don't say anything so that they won't hold you that you came here to be begging for money. Don't worry, I'll be the person saying it. That is exactly what you've been hearing them play since. Yomi is just in the shadows, in the this thing there. He's just saying yes, okay, yes, okay. What? Listen to that recording again. He's only there saying yes, okay, Motigbo. You say you want to get a public lawyer. You are now still asking him that, yes, his lawyer too can assist. Are you not going to pay the second Yomi's lawyer too? Even after getting the public lawyer, these guys are very good con artists. And they are playing you guys, and you are Kokote Kanwa Uwomio Simbe. Uwomio Simbe. That's just the funny thing. But it is so I'm not talking shaking. Oh, as in, I'm just like, God. They call you guys Dawoku Nation. You know that you are a Dawoku person. You heard the word Dawoku, but you still don't want to leave that. I call it stupidity, because once you know that you're acting foolish and people are telling you, it's now stupid for you to still be falling for the same thing. Yeah, see, you guys, I've told you something. The only thing that motivates me more is when I see the likes increasing. What motivates me more in talking is if the likes increase. Look at the likes of Perkins this morning. He was denying that he ever saw a fight. He was denying a video. Perkins, he said, Dawah class doctored the video. Jajabo, somebody just messaged me like, Dawah class, be like say you go come up. Oh. This guy they talk say you use AI, Dr. I can't talk say people don't know something about AI. So I gave a brief talk like AI, when the AI will not get the mouth gestures, how you pronounce the words. And this guy was speaking Yoruba. It won't get the mouth, it won't get your facial gestures to it. It only be showing somebody opening the mouth and closing it. It's not going to, then how your hand gesticulates, it's not going to show that. It's not going to show so many things there. Now, we played the video for him.
There are ways in which they check if a picture, notes, or something are AI. There is a way to check it. People have used it in class here for assignments that they've been caught. So when you write something with AI, it comes with execution codes and all that. When it's a natural picture, there's a difference. So, and there will be source codes and everything attached to whatever you're sharing with AI. So let him continue to lie to himself. AI is completely different. It will come up as a program.
We now played him. He thought there was only just one. He thought there was only just one video. We now played him 2 others. And I sent a voice that he was actually even saying that Otoni, a prime boy low badger, prime boy low badger, she be a giant. I was just like, you heard your voice, you heard yourself, it was on your platform. Now you've gone to delete it in your stuff. It doesn't mean we can't present this anywhere. If we want to treat you like, it's not like you'll be arrested. You are not a suspect now. Why should you be arrested? No, you'll be called for questioning as a witness. That is if we want to really pursue you. If we want to do that, it doesn't take a day. You are even very easy. You are very easy to track. Very, very easy. We won't go there. We won't expose that. So, but when you see all these things happening, I said justice for Mohbad can be translated to people in different ways. On our own side, I can speak for myself and Sister Temi. Justice for Mohbad is for us to know the cause of death of Mohbad, and whoever is culpable would face the right legal channel by facing the judicial system, and the person will be prosecuted. And we're also saying the widow, the deceased left, would never be victimized, would never be bullied, and no to the threat to life of Liam at any point. That is our own justice for Mohbad. And Wunmi is innocent until proven guilty. You have to bring an evidence before we would accept she is guilty. That is our own justice for Mohbad. We are going to believe what the coroner says, the autopsy says, and we're going to follow the right legal channel. The high courts, the police investigations, that is the only thing that makes sense to us. But for some people now, before they say they are Team Baba, now they are turning to Team Prime Boy. They are turning themselves to Team Prime Boy. How to get Prime Boy away from anything. That is what they are after now. That is what I see Yomi Fabiyi doing. He's not even doing it like baba. Look at even talking against the legal counsel. I gave them evidences. What evidence? Name one. That is a fact. They even mentioned it in the CTC. They said it there. Yes, it is not far, but there was traffic that day. Yes, nobody is arguing that. If you think you found something new, that is not something new. That is not something new. Try again. Let us turn this thing into a humor. Let me turn this thing into a humor. Please, whatever I say right now, I'm only trying to be sarcastic. Whatever I say right now, I'm only trying to be sarcastic. I'm only trying to bring a narration for Yomi. If you have said this thing, how I'm going to say it now, you should say that Sister Temi, owó ń lọ, mo fẹ́ já àwọn owó wa, owó tó yẹ ká pa, tá bá ti di camp. Tá bá ti di camp. Sherry, that day, Liam was playing with his iPad. Unknowing for them, they didn't know that Liam likes pressing camera. He was now recording. The iPad of Liam contains the last moments. Oh God.
On fire, money apart, 100.
They will all rush here and start begging you to tell them. They will pay you any amount.
In fact,
money apart,
in fact, Jeripe, Josie said that on Saturday, Mohbad was snapping pictures. Mohbad signed into the iCloud of the iPad. Yes. He signed into the Ibe Cherry. Our pictures in iCloud Mohbad.
Even till Liam.
Kò ṣe fóònù iPhone 11 àbí iPhone 12 náà sọ pé kò ṣe fóònù yẹn nìkan iPad Liam ẹ gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ibẹ̀ ni CCTV yẹn wà, kò ṣe smartphone.
iPad Liam ló wà. Lágbájá, ẹ ti gbàgbé pé Liam
ní prime suspect báyìí.
Ẹ ti gbàgbé náà pé Liam náà sọ pé kill him.
So Liam ní prime suspect.
Ẹ jẹ́ tún fún ẹni mi. Jerry Prado yẹn is 2023 model. Inú ẹ̀ oh God, camera wà nù mọ́tò yẹn. Ẹ wá rí reverse light bí Mohbad ṣe bọ́lẹ̀ tó ṣe gbẹ̀yìn reverse light yẹn reverse camera ó capture ó píkì Mohbad ó wá ń rẹ́kọ̀dì sound bó ṣe ń ó wá ń rẹ́kọ̀dì everything àti inner camera nídìí láti oh God.
Yomi ṣó ń gbọ́.
Yomi sórí.
Bá mẹ́tọ́ mi.
Memory card yẹn ó kọ̀ dùn mí ni pé see the memory card of tó wà nù mọ́tò yẹn tó fi store everything ọwọ́ mi ló wà. So tẹ bá ń wá evidence ní rí inú Prado yẹn mọ́. So ó dìgbà tẹ bá sanwó fèmí àti Sister Temi la máa tó lè fún yín.
Lágbájá ìjẹ̀ka mi mọ́ra yín ẹ mú mi pẹ̀lú ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣáàgbàgì yín màá tẹ̀lé yín lẹ́yìn èyí ó gbọ́dọ̀ ládùúgbò evidence kí ìyá tó jẹ́ ṣẹ́ tí ẹ̀rí owó tó máa sọ fẹ́yìn pọ̀ wọ́n á sanwó pẹ̀kẹ́ evidence wa wọ́n á sanwó ọpọlọ tó bá fún yín lówó tó wà láì wọ́n á ṣe kámẹ́rà dà fún yín. ẹ̀yin ẹ má bọ́dà ẹ má wọ́ọ̀rì.
Tẹ́mọ̀ nǹkan tó dùn mí lọ́rọ̀ yìí nǹkan tó dùn mí pọ̀ o.
wọ́n á ṣe kámẹ́rà dà.
nǹkan tó dùn mí pọ̀.
Àwọn bíbà wọ́n ti láhùn jù.
Wọ́n ti láhùn jù.
Wọ́n ti láhùn jù. Ìyá tẹ̀lé yín.
A sọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀ táàpù wọ̀ ṣe kankan. Alọ́dọ̀ ògùn fún wa ni mo ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ ń sìn.
Ẹ jẹ́ a máa lọ.
Èmi á lọ, èmi ti sọ memory card tó wà nù Prado yẹn tó rẹ́kọ́ọ̀dì iná kámẹ́rà wà nù ẹ̀ bí Wùmí bó ṣe di Mohbad mú tó ṣe ń gbí gbogbogbogbogbogbogbogbogbò. Yes, ó wà nù memory card.
Ó ṣe sílẹ̀ mọ́ rẹ́lìtì báyìí pé tí rẹ́lìtì yẹn ṣe fọ́ tí rẹ́lìtì yẹn túká gbogbo ẹ̀ ló wà ń bẹ̀.
Àní Liam di iPad ẹ̀ mú wá ń rẹ́kọ̀dì gbogbo ẹ̀. Ṣé rí Darusha kò lọlé ní 2 a.m. kò lọlé. Irọ́ ni kò lọlé. Dàmọ́lá náà wà nulẹ̀. Dàmọ́lá ò lọ síbi iṣẹ́ lọ́jọ́ yìí. Dàmọ́lá náà wà ń bẹ̀. Àdúrà náà dẹ̀sẹ̀ mú. Ògo
Liam wà náwó sí ọba ó ní kìlìtì.
Àní tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá ti rí iPad Liam
ẹ lè rí evidence.
Ẹ wo èmi o mo ò ní wo aṣọ àkúbè o mi gba aṣọ àkúbè lọ́wọ́ yín o.
Láyé ẹ̀yin oṣù ní dìsáínà òkìrìkà náà àwọn kan ló lókìrìkà dìsáínà olùṣẹ́ alágbádá àtijọ́.